Ah, nostalgia. It's that moment where you go back in time to your fond memories growing up with that la la la
Thanks, boys, just like that.
music in your head. And that's exactly what we're going to do on this list. With that in mind, I am Art from Box.tv, and let's take a trip down memory lane with the top 10 video games that hit you in the nostalgia. Number 10. Metal Slug. Remember when you were dragged to the laundromat by your folks and you were bored as hell? Well, this gem was always there to make sure you had your video game fix until you blew through all your mom's quarters and then you weren't able to dry all your clothes. This title by Nazca, eventually into SNK, was famous for its fast pace, badass shooting, and its humor. And when you got tired of getting your ass whooped in level 3, call in your brother in arms for some great co-op action. Number 9. Road Rash. Before Need for Speed and Grand Theft Auto, being chased by the cops was done in the Sega Classic. In addition to the police pursuit, you were able to attack the other racers with weapons or even steal theirs and beat them with it. That is fucking awesome. Since its release, Road Rash has spawned 6 games and even 2 separate games that were inspired by this awesome motorcycle combat game. Number 8. Super Smash Bros. Do you remember seeing this commercial for the first time? You had to stop what you were doing because it instantly had your attention. The idea of Mario fighting Link on who is really the mascot of Nintendo, or Yoshi battling Pikachu to see who was the better sidekick. Unlike most fighting games where you have to deplete the life bars until knockout, you had to kick the other characters off the stage, which might have some subtext to it. Either way, it gave us the perfection that was Melee, and it will continue to live in our memories for years to come.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo.
Number 7. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Getting drunk and blacking out in a strange place full of strange people. This game really speaks to me. It also speaks to the cult following it has because of its hilarious moments, ranging from its big boob flowers to the poo cabin and so many more. What also makes it so engaging and fresh is that it's self-aware and constantly breaks the fourth wall. This is proven to work in other mediums like movies or comic books, and with Conker, it's just as awesome.
Marvelous.
Number 6. Street Fighter 2. This game is responsible for so many sibling fights and broken friendships because of things like someone spamming the shit out of Sagat or Blanca. You bastards. It's also responsible for being the template and standard for all fighting games to come after it, with its memorable characters, easy to pick up yet hard to master controls, and its great music. It spawned a ton of sequels, broke many records and controllers in the process, but it all started here. Nope, part 1 never happened. Number 5. Goldeneye 64. There was a time in life where there wasn't an oversaturation of first-person shooters. Yes, that's you, and it was great because when this now iconic game arrived, it was a breath of fresh air. GoldenEye follows the same story as the movie, which makes you feel like you're really in the movie, but more importantly, feel like you're James Bond himself, using his weapons and his gadgets. Haha! But what really made this game great was the multiplayer mode with your friends who claim to not screen watch your every moves. Stop picking Odd Job. Number 4. Streets of Rage 2. Beat 'em up games are pretty much a dying genre, but at their peak this game raised the bar with its bright graphics, easy yet smart controls, and I don't care what you say, I still hum the soundtrack to this very day. However, the real fun was having a second player join in and just beat the crap out of every single person you see, which are pretty much just the same 3 people, but in different colors. But hey, this gameplay is still satisfying and has stood the test of time. Have fun on Mania mode. Number 3. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Depending on your generation, you have the first Zelda game or Link to the Past, which was my first Zelda experience, but then you have Ocarina of Time, which really changed the game, with its beautiful environments, challenging quests, and the most annoying ringtone ever.
Hey, listen! Hey, watch out!
Coming home after school and immediately playing this game for hours until you're awake at 2 AM starting your homework, but damn, it was worth it. So many hours, so many playthroughs, and so many memories. Number 2. Sonic the Hedgehog. In the early 90s, you were either Nintendo or Sega, much like today with PlayStation or Xbox. No thank you, Wii. Nintendo of course had Mario, but Sega had their own mascot who was pretty much on crack with his high-speed gameplay, and it was pretty awesome for the time. It made Mario look more like a kid's game by comparison. It did have its superior sequels until the Genesis died, then Sonic crashed and burned and eventually got bought out by his rival. But don't worry, Sonic, we will always remember the good times. Before we get to our number 1, we do have some honorable mentions.
Scorpion wins.
And number 1, Super Mario World. What else would be the most nostalgic game? Everyone and their mom has played this, or even the ones before it, at one point or another. Super Mario is synonymous with video games, but this is the one that really solidified his legacy and even introduced one of the best sidekicks in history. Whether you're getting mad because you have to share lives or get frustrated finding all the color switches, this masterpiece still holds up and has aged beautifully and better than most games out there today. But not only that, it will always have a place in our hearts when we got this game for Christmas or our birthday. Agree with our choices? Any games you loved growing up? Let us know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Art from Box.tv. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more things coming out of the box.